Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of I Am Not Sure I Trust a Programmer with KSP Rp-1. So we're now already on the launch pad, and this is the second attempt to put a solar powered satellite in orbit. I have named this satellite Rp-1, and I apologize in advance to all Nordic people for butchering this name. So he's the Nordic messenger god, and yeah, I just went for the name of a messenger god because these will serve as communication satellites. They have no scientific purpose whatsoever. So anyway, I will set up all the guidance and launch this thing. Okay, guidance is set and it should launch in a few seconds. Let's see how bad the lag is today. Okay, still quite a bit of lag. I forgot, I think it's supposed to be 5 seconds in between the engine ignition and liftoff. Anyways, so I was tweaking the program because of last time that the ascent was too vertical and then suddenly like aiming to the horizontal. And I noticed I have a problem with it. I don't know how my program for calculating the optimal ascent trajectory was working with the previous rocket, because now it was giving me really funky numbers. And well, in the cold test and everything, I tried the ascent starting my gravity turn at 95 meters per second, and it actually worked out quite well for this mission, so I just went along with it. But I still need to fix it. But well, I have stated quite often that I'm a very sloppy programmer, and you should in no way expect to learn any programming from these videos. But if somebody actually watches this and wants to take any lesson in programming away from everything, I would say write comments. Even if the code is just for you, no one else is ever going to see it, write comments on everything you're doing and why that is, because I don't do it. And when I start looking for the reasons for why it was giving me such weird numbers, I start having trouble remembering why I did the equations I did. And yeah, it will just save you a lot of time, so learn from my mistakes. But yeah, so I have work to do on that front, but for now this one should have no problem, as long as did I just speak too soon? Okay, no, it's coming back. That was a bit of a weird wiggle that it did there. It was going too vertical again. Oh dear, it's starting to oscillate. I was about to cut, but it may be worth staying. What is my... Oh my... What the hell? I just tested this. Oh dear. Abort. And I still have not set up the abort. Whenever I'm testing these things, yeah, there wasn't any failure, so I have no idea why it started oscillating like that. But whenever I test these things, I don't have any test flight failures or anything. The moment I launch them in my actual career, shit happens. Okay, so I'm just going to follow this to the ground. Let's see if I'll keep filming or recording and see if something gets destroyed in the KSC. But well, I'll come back to you once everything crashes. Okay, so most of the debris has fallen, and the one that hadn't yet is just being rude and interrupting me. But yeah, no damage to the KSC. So I'm going to test the program, and I'll be back with another attempt. Okay, so I'm back. I tested it out and I noticed what went wrong. Apparently, in one of the parameters for calculating the pitch with respect to the speed, I forgot to add in the exponential. So one of the parameters was 100 times bigger than it should have been. Yep, I'm an idiot. Anyway, so I've queued up another Herm mod. I'm just going to stop trying to pronounce that name. But even when giving it a priority, the next mangle is going to be ready sooner. So this is for the RD-107, the booster engines. So yes, that's going to be my next launch. I just now want to check how long I have for the first solar part. 204 days. And so yeah, this is going to be, like, it's still on time, but this is going to be the last attempt before the mission is failed. So let's see. But anyways, I'll come back once the mangle is in the launch pad. Okay, so you'll notice that we're not at the launch pad again. So apparently what determines where it gets rolled off into is which is your default, or well, your set launch site when you queue it up on Kerbal construction time. So yeah, I wasn't able to, I noticed when starting to roll out that it was rolling out here, but I was not able to change that. And yeah, the only option would be to scrap it and rebuild it, but it takes a lot of time. So let's just ignore that. Yes, so this is the program. There's no parameters involved. And this is going to be uncontrolled because, as I explained in another video, it doesn't have enough verniers to control itself properly, so it's just going to go spin stabilized. And the reason I did not add enough verniers for full control is because each of the boosters has the booster engine and just 2 of the verniers, since you have 4 boosters that provides all the control you need in the full rocket. And yeah, my main point is I want to get the proper thrust from the engine combo, like the engine and the verniers. And that's why I did not add like the other 2. So I'm worried about how much it's deviating. Okay, it's corrected itself. It really doesn't matter where this thing ends up. I just need to get the thrust at different altitudes, and if it passes 50 kilometers, then that's good enough. Though I also wanted to test, I still haven't gotten any extra data on the Agent 10, so I want that to work as well. But yeah, I'll come back at Miko or if something interesting happens. Okay, so quick update. We've just passed 50 kilometers and it's still burning, so I have enough data for my curve fit. What I do is after 50 kilometers, I take just the vacuum thrust of the engine. I know it's still not vacuum, but it's so close to it that the data starts getting a little bit funky when I go for. I started going to like 80 kilometers, I think, but then it would start to fluctuate a little bit too much, and would throw off the curve fit formula. But yeah, we're like maybe 20 seconds away from Miko. And Miko. And that's the first time the AJ10 has actually worked in this career. So finally getting some data on it. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Okay, so again, I'll come back if something interesting happens or we reach Seco. Okay, so we have reached Seco. The engine burned all the fuel, no failures or anything, and we got good data. And I'm also noticing that I could have taken sounding rocket altitude contract, because I think the option that I'm giving right now is 7 megameters, and we went 4 times at that height. But unfortunately, I think I've gotten all of the record altitude contracts. Crew speed record, crew direction record, crew altitude, crew count record. Yep. So no money out of this. But anyways, so yeah, I have the parameters that I wanted. I'm going to add that to my document off screen, and see if I've remembered to put the range safety on this one. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, again, trying to get the solar powered satellite into orbit. And if it fails again, I think I'm just going to do it off screen to have a different launch next time. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Now let's see if... Nope, I forgot the range safety. Anyway, it's going to fall back down and burn. Okay, see you later.